What's up, everybody? This is Coach Lawson with Get2theQB. In this video, we're going to break down how the Rams punched their ticket to the Super Bowl by punching the bully block, the San Francisco 49ers, in the mouth. They were able to punch their ticket by bullying the bully. And I'm excited to get into this breakdown, especially because they were able to do it, punching them in the mouth. And it was really through their defensive line up front. Really controlling the run game, which we're going to get into, and then making the most of the opportunities when the San Francisco was forced into passing situations, especially late in the game. So before we get into that, I just want to say thank you for checking out the channel. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And go ahead and let me know how you like the video after you watch it. And so with that being said, let's hop right to it. So this is the first play of the game. And you like, as a unit, as a defense, to really try to come out and set the tone early, especially if as a defensive lineman up front. And you're going to see that with Ashawn Robinson here. He's going to get a down block by George Kittle here, and he's going to shrug him off and ragdoll him across his face, just like that, to make the play. And so with that, again, this is George Kittle is one of the best blocking tight ends in the game. I mean, he's absolutely, if he's not the best, he's one. If he's not one of the best, he's the best. And Ashawn Robinson just shrugged him off, just like that from the jump. And again, it was a big tone setting play for the day to let for the Rams to let the Niners know that they weren't going to get bullied today. And even if you see it with AD here in a 3 technique here and how he takes on this double too, it's just great technique by him. Feeling the pressure, recognizing the block, spiking that knee down. We can get a slow-mo shot of this. He's going to make contact with the guard, recognize, pull across his face, know he's going to get the double team, and look how he gets low, spiking that knee, taking away blocking surface, and really keeping himself from getting washed down the line of scrimmage. And again, just a really good job by those guys up front. And even before I get into the next clip, too, I want to shout out their defensive line coach, Eric Henderson. Eric Henderson, NFL position coaches aren't talked about enough, and he surely is one of them that isn't. He's one of the best in football, and you're going to be able to see that with how these guys play in this game. And so shout out to him. And again, this is about the second or third play of the game as well early. I'll put this on here. Look at AD. Again, he's not going to make the play. He's actually going to try to trip my guy coming through the hole. But this is, whenever you get 2 Hall of Famers locked up on each other for a rep, because that's what Aaron Donald and Trent Williams are. They're Hall of Famers. Those are 2 of the best, if not the best at their positions in all of football. And they get locked up. And it's really impressive what Aaron Donald's able to do here, because Trent Williams is a big one. He's a very big person, but 2, he's a very violent person. And there's not many times he's not able to get his guy moved off the point when he wants him to, and he wasn't able to do that here with Aaron Donald. And the cool thing is, too, is Aaron let him know that right off the rep, too. And that's big, when your alpha is going against their alpha, and he's winning the matchup, especially early, and let him know about it too. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. And so here next, we're going to get another shot of them stopping the run up here. And this is going to be a really good job by Greg Gaines at 91 here. Ashawn Robinson is going to end up getting thrown down here by Trent Williams. Aaron Donald's going to get reached here by the right guard, Daniel Brunskill, San Diego State guy, monster, even though he had some trouble this game. Big shout out to Skill. But Gaines here does a really good job staying flat. He gets reached a little bit, but, as a defensive lineman, you're taught you can either win your gap or play your gap with yourself, your eyes, or with the offensive lineman's body. and he was able to take care of his gap, which is going to be this A gap here, with Laken Tomlinson, the left guard for the San Francisco 49ers. He's going to be able to take care of that gap with his body and be able to throw off back inside the B gap and shed off on the play. A really good job by Greg Gaines, who had a really monster second half of this game as well. Yeah. All right, next. Put this on here. This is clinic rep by 99 here with the arm placement. Locks out, shed, hands inside, stones them. Look at all the other movement that San Francisco's able to create. Getting movement here, movement here, movement here, getting them cut off, getting movement here. These guys are out of position. If he's able to move Aaron Donald right now, this is going to be a big play. This is going to go for a lot of yards, but he's not. And so Aaron Donald's able to post up this play in the B gap, shed off, and then ultimately force it back to the pursuit here in the back. This is a great play by Aaron Donald. And again, this is a big part, as you guys are seeing, of why they're able to win. They're bullying these guys up front early. And it continued throughout the whole game. So here next, this is going to be focusing on Leonard Floyd here, and just look at the violence that he's going to have on his bull rush here. Again, he's punching 66 dead in his chest. And again, too, it's not just the violence, it's the technique that these guys have. They have good inside hand placement, good pad level. Going to see good knee drive here by Leonard Floyd. He's going to get the wrist lift, okay, on 66, get him rocked back on his heels, arm up, try to match the hand to deflect the ball. And he's in Jimmy Garoppolo's face right now, almost forcing him to throw the pick. Great rep. Great rep. And again, this is why you see, and I know this is a cut up of plays, but if you watch the game, you're going to see San Francisco really tried to run the ball. Because, I mean, one, that's what they do, but two, they tried to avoid these situations because they knew if they were going to drop back a bunch with their offensive line, their quarterback, it wasn't going to be a good deal for them. So, and again, you see that on this rep here by Leonard Floyd. Right here, we're going to be highlighting A'Shawn Robinson here. Again, really kind of creative design by San Francisco and Kyle Shanahan, trying to get the wide zone here to the defensive right, offensive left, get the pull going, which is great. But the guy we're going to focus on here is A'Shawn Robinson. And again, he's going to get the double by Trent Williams and Laken Tomlinson. He's going to get turned. And so right now he's reached. He's out of his gap. But again, you could play your gap with your body, your hands, or with the offensive lineman's body, and he just keeps fighting through contact, keeps his legs churning, and is able to fight back into the gap and make the play. So, again, this is a great example, too, of even if you're reached initially, fight like hell to get back in your gap. And just play with great effort, man. Effort makes up for technical mistakes. Effort makes up for technical mistakes. And this is great effort by A'Shawn Robinson. Great effort. Great effort. And again, he and Greg Gaines and Aaron Donald all had big-time games. I mean, they really did. Here, again, as we're speaking about those guys, we're going to be looking at Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald, this is how you want to take on a double. Again, this is great recognition by him. Recognize and pull across his face, or, recognize and pull across his face, knowing he's going to get the double. Makes contact with the guard, feels the double coming, is going to turn his body to reduce that blocking surface. And this is where when taking on a double, I've talked and used the term you want to beat one so you don't have to worry about two, right? So if you beat the guy you're lined up on, right, you're not going to have to worry about your pressure key. So this is a great job by him beating the hell out of his visual key or the guy he's lined up on, and there ain't nothing that Trent Williams can do about it because he's already knocked Laken Tomlinson off dang near on his butt on one leg. And so they can't get hip to hip. They can't, and which doesn't allow them to move him up out of there. And he's able to shed. He's able to split the double because of that, because he uses good violent hands, good technique. He's able to shed the double and split it and get off and make the play with the linebacker. So we're going to watch this one more time in full speed. Just a great job, great violence, great technique by these guys. And that's why he's a dude. And that's why he's one of the best. All right. Again, just talking about bullying the bullies. We've seen it all with these clips, and we're going to see it again here. A'Shawn Robinson, look at the violent punch that he has. Knocking Daniel Brunskill back on his butt. Sorry, Skill. Love you. You're still my guy. But this is violence, and this is why they really gave San Francisco trouble, because they out-physicaled them basically all game, and this is one of the big-time clips for that. So again, just gonna let this play. Robinson, just great violence, getting in Jimmy's face right now, forces him into 45, and forces the errant throw. Just great physical punch and great violence by A'Shawn Robinson. Marquise Copeland here at 93, same thing. He's going to get the base block by Laken Tomlinson, and he's going to stonewall him just like we saw AD do earlier. Again, going back to the great technique, and shout out to Eric Henderson. You're going to see great pad level. He's going to win with pad level, right? So he's lower than 75 now. His hips are square or perpendicular to the line of scrimmage. They're not turned like Tomlinson's, right? And so he's got all his power going north and south, where Tomlinson's got his going east and west, right? So he's able to stand him up, post him up, force the running back to bubble back and stop his momentum and allowing the other guys to rally. This is a great job by Marquise Copeland. And again, technique and violence is the reason why he was able to win that rep. Again, bullying the bullies. Here we get a pass play, and we're going to see again the violence come through with Von Miller and Leonard Floyd. They're going to walk back both tackles for the San Francisco 49ers here. And again, really surprising with Trent. It could be the ankle. I'm not going to make excuses for him. This is just great violence by Leonard and Von. And again, you're going to see it too more with Von. Again, great pad level, great inside hands, really good inside hands by Leonard. Again, great pad level, great knee drive by these guys. Again, technicians is really what comes to mind when watching these guys in this game. They're not only incredibly talented, they're incredibly technical, which again allowed them to do what they did this past weekend. Here, okay, what do we got? Oh, yeah. So with this, okay, here on this rep, we're going to get, again, they're not able to bull rush him back. They're not able to beat him clean, but they're still able to make an impact play with great gains, getting his hand up, and knocking the pass down. Again, it's not as good as a sack, I would say, but it's in terms of effectiveness, it still is, because you still blow up the play by getting a hand on the ball. It's not as good because you don't get to hit the quarterback, which is always good. Remember, every time a quarterback gets hit, the Angel gets wings, right? So not as good as that, right? But you blew up the play, keep Kittle from being able to make the completion, and I believe get the defense off the field. So great play again by him. Here Again, this is going to be another time where Ashawn Robinson is going to show up. He's going to be one-on-one with Trent Williams here on the base block. Look at the inside hands. Great punch. Shocks Williams back. And again, able to throw off and make the play. Changing the math up front by beating your guy. And again, this is against arguably the best left tackle in all football, and ragdolling. So, just great violence, great violence. Here, we're going to get another rep by AD, being able to post up and lock out on Tomlinson, forcing the running back to cut back. And then who's going to be there? Mr. 94, Ashawn Robinson, again, just having a great game, locking him out. George Kittle punching off, making Kittle all sad and stuff. Again, look at him. Big sad. Big sad. And again, violent. They bullied the bullies all Sunday. It's crazy to see this done to a 49ers team. And here, even Von Miller's going to get in on the act. He's going to get a base block by the tackle, but instead of, violently punching off, if you ain't got to violently take on a guy, if you can just get around him and just allay him like this, do it, right? Do it. So great job by him. Again, another great job with inside hands by Ashawn Robinson. Again, punching, locking out, allowing him to control the block here by the guard Brunskill and able to be in a position to make the tackle if Von wasn't able to. So, again, great job by those guys. Here, this is going to be a great job by the DB coming in here and blowing the play, but this play would have been dead because this, I believe, is about a 3rd and 1. This play would have been dead because of Greg Gaines anyway. He's got a loop movement from a shade. Hold up, excuse me. Yep. So he's got a loop movement here from a shade. And because of how the Niners are blocking this, Brunskill's supposed to get him one-on-one. The tackle and the tight end are supposed to be doubling or sifting up to the linebacker here. So Brunskill's got to make this block. And because of that, because of the loop movement and why movement's so good for any coaches that are here, it catches him off guard. He's not where he expected him to be. So now he's overrun it. He's in a bad position. Gaines punches him with good technique in his chest. And now he's in a position to control the block and blow up the play if 20 wasn't there. So, again, movement is a good deal for you coaches watching this. Movement's a great deal up front. And again, too, 99 constricting the space as well in the middle by punching 75 in his chest, using the wrist lift to get that hand off and walking him back and letting him know what's up. Here, again, going to be another big-time play. This is 4th and 1 by the Niners. This is a big-time, I think it's about the second or third. It's the second or third drive or second or third to last drive for the Niners, excuse me if I can speak. And so this is kind of getting crunch time in the game where they need this. I mean, they need this here. This could be a big-time play for the Niners here if they're able to convert this. And Brunskill comes too flat, and Gaines has good awareness. Is going to cross his face, which is going to leave him free to make this play, this crucial 4th down stop, and blow it up for nothing. Him and Ashawn, I believe, Robinson here. He's going to feel the really flat block by Kittle. Going to olay it. Excuse me. Hold up. He's going to feel a really flat block by Kittle here, lay it, and get in on the play. And then this is really smart. This is about the smartest play we saw, or I saw from the game. And by Leonard Floyd not taking on Trent Williams up top and just chopping him in the legs. I would have too, Floyd. Smart man. Very smart man. All right, here. And this is where we talked about earlier in the video where the Niners or the Rams really forced the Niners late in the game to really be in more passing situations, and which is what the Niners didn't want to do. And this is why, because they got the best D tackle in all of football lined up on the left guard for the Niners, and he's going to execute a really well timed, really well timed low sweep, what I call low sweep, other people will call cross chop. And so he gets a great get off. He's able to pin that near arm of the left guard, Tomlinson, get to his hip, and really able to bend the edge tight around him to get the strip and tip the ball as it's coming out, forcing the incomplete pass to Kittle here. All right, next. We're going to have a good job by the Niners passing both stunts off. We're going to get a thumb stunt here to the 3 technique in the 5. We're going to get an ear stunt here to the 2-eye in the 5. And they do a really good job, especially on the right side, passing this off. And they pass it off well on the left side. But again, being physical overcomes some execution errors, right? So this is not what you want ideally from a defensive perspective, but they pass it off. All right, well, if I just decide I'm going to bull him and walk him back into the quarterback's lap, I'm going to win this rep anyway, right? And which is what happens. So again, the Rams out-physicaling the Niners leads to almost certain disaster for the Niners, which should have been a pick, damn near a pick 6 by Jalen Ramsey. All created by the physicalness of Von Miller wrapping around here, being ready for contact, driving his knees on contact, having good inside hand placement, and good pad level as he's coming around. Again, gets Jimmy Garoppolo out of the pocket and almost creates a disaster play for the Niners. All right, here, getting to the last drive of the game. Again, forced passing situation for the Niners, forced drop back situation for the Niners, not what they wanted. And the Rams take advantage of it by running an ear stunt here. A really great executed ear stunt by Von Miller. And who's this at D tackle? And Greg Gaines. Gaines is getting all the attention of Brunskill, making a thing that he's rushing, giving him a bull rush. Von Miller is attacking inside in the B gap, going to go pick Brunskill's hip violently, which he does. Again, now the Niners, the right tackle's in a screwed position because now the Rams get a 2-on-1 on him, right? Because now he's got to block both of these guys, because Skill's now in a position where he can't. So no matter who he stays on, he's screwed, right? Because if he stays with Von, D tackle's free. If he comes off on the D tackle, Von's free. So great execution here. Not only does Von get the pressure coming inside, forcing Jimmy to throw it, but Gaines does a great job wrapping tight, being aware and getting his hands up and knocking the ball down and almost getting a pick for himself to end the game. And then here, last play of the game, great call by Raheem Morris. Going to line up in a double 3, wide 9 front, and they're going to blitz to Bear, which is awesome. So now, instead of getting slide protection here and man this side, you're going to get man protection basically with the center rocking back on the linebacker and basically the running back in the center doubling these guys, and then everybody else got one-on-one. So here, get one-on-one. Von Miller speed rushes on the right tackle, forcing Jimmy to step up, which is right into the lap of Aaron Donald here, who's bull rushing Daniel Brunskill back into the backfield. Leonard Floyd is rushing, filling the weak inside shoulder for Trent Williams and comes inside. So Jimmy Garoppolo's got a lot of heat around him right now. He's very nervous, trying to get the hell up out of there. But he's not able to because Aaron Donald's able to get off the block of Daniel Brunskill and finish it off and punch their ticket into the Super Bowl here, forcing the interception. Game over. And you can see it here with all the celebrations. So just a great game by the Rams overall up front, being able to come back from being down, I believe, 10 points. But just a really great job by the defensive line. I'm sure you guys are sick of me saying great probably 100 times this video, but that's what it was. It was a great job. They out-physicaled the Niners. They beat the Niners at their own game. I think held the Niners to about 50 yards rushing on 20 carries or something like that. And they punched them in the mouth. And that's the reason why they're going to be playing in the Super Bowl against the Cincinnati Bengals here in a couple weeks. But just one of the most dominant performances I've seen from a D-line so far this postseason. And just, again, shout out to those guys and shout out to Eric Henderson for the job he does with those guys because they were ready to play and they whooped some ass this past weekend. So, again, that's the breakdown. Appreciate you guys stepping by and stopping by and look forward to seeing y'all with the next video. All right.